Daniel Bergner, What Do Women Want? Adventures in the Science of Female Desire. In What Do Women Want? Adventures in the Science of Female Desire, author Daniel Bergner delves into the fascinating and often misrepresented world of women's sexuality. From ancient myths to modern science, women's desires have been marginalized and misunderstood for millennia. The author challenges traditionally held beliefs and explores groundbreaking research that unveils the complexities of female desire. This summary offers insights into how social conditioning, biology, and evolutionary psychology have shaped our understanding of women's sexuality.
Repression of women's sexuality. Women's sexuality has been suppressed and misunderstood throughout history. The lack of attention on the female perspective has led to misconceptions regarding female pleasure and desire. From Greek mythology to evolutionary psychology, women's sexuality has been seen as a secondary concern. Evolutionary psychology's parental investment theory further perpetuates stereotypes about women's behavior, encouraging them to conform to societal norms. Women are told how to feel and act, and these influences perpetuate the status quo. It's time to challenge these beliefs and give women the agency to explore their sexuality without shame or judgment. Female desire unveiled. Women's desires are complex and often misunderstood, with society underestimating the range and power of their libido. Contrary to popular belief, men are not the only ones who seek sexual pleasure, emotional safety, and monogamy. Women's sexuality are more than social conventions let on, with science now attempting to delve into the complexities of female desire. Dr. Chivers, a specialist in sexology, conducted a study that debunked the myth that female desire is straightforward, as women reacted to all kinds of footage regardless of sexual orientation. Even more intriguingly, the results showed that women often misunderstand their own desires, with their ratings failing to match their physical arousal. Sex differences demystified. Men's and women's sexuality have stark differences that are influenced by both anatomy and social environments. Men's feedback loop between their body and mind helps them understand their desires. Women's interpretation is either unclear or influenced by societal norms, making it harder to understand their own desires. Women do not fit into societal standards since they can find pleasure in sexual encounters that do not involve emotional connections. Reversal of gender roles in animal sex. Animals exhibit reversal of traditional gender roles in mating, with females often initiating sex and displaying bullying behavior. This challenges the assumption that reproduction, not pleasure, is the primary motivator for animal mating. Rhesus monkeys select and invite males to copulate, regardless of ovulation. In rats, females run away from their partners to enjoy prolonged mating. These behaviors suggest that desire and pleasure play a significant role in animal mating. Interestingly, recent studies show a trend of sexual awareness among women, with 1 in every 3 porn users being female and mass retailers selling vibrators. This suggests a possible shift in gender roles in human sexuality. The complexity of female desire. Studies reveal that female fantasies sometimes involve themes of assault and coercion. This could be due to the desire to feel desired, the effects of fear on arousal, and the search for release from guilt and societal constraints. The issue of female desire has long been a controversial topic, and recent surveys reveal that women's fantasies can be both shocking and complex. Surveys show that a significant number of women fantasize about assault and coercion, themes that may trigger arousal. But what factors could account for this phenomenon? Miana's research suggests that women's sexual desire revolves around feeling desired by their partners. Similarly, women who incorporate themes of assault into their fantasies may be seeking the ultimate expression of desire, an offender willing to break laws and social norms to have sex with them. Another possible explanation is that fear plays a role in the arousal of certain women. Participants in an experiment reported heightened levels of sexual arousal after experiencing fear on an amusement park ride. Excitation transfer is the idea that the brain circuits involved in fear and sexual arousal are interconnected, thereby triggering a response in the latter. Lastly, Bivona and Critelli suggest that such fantasies may help women reconcile their desires with culturally imposed shame and guilt. In some cultures, sex remains a taboo topic, and women may be reluctant to express their sexual desires. By turning to fantasies involving assault and coercion, women may be able to avoid societal constraints and fully embrace their sexuality. In conclusion, the complex nature of female desire can manifest in various ways, including fantasies involving assault and coercion. While these fantasies may seem alarming to some, they may be the ultimate expression of women's desire to feel desired, the effects of fear on arousal, and the search for release from societal constraints. Women's sexual desire. The unfolding mystery behind women's sexual desire. While men have Viagra to treat their sexual problems, there's no equivalent solution for women. The pharmaceutical industry has been attempting to create a drug for women but with no success. Researchers have discovered that unlike men's sexual issues that are typically genital or hormonal, women's sexual problems are typically psychological. A study found that women's loss of sexual desire isn't hormonal and instead leans on psychological matters. Women get quickly bored with their partners, losing interest in sex, especially in long-term relationships. Women desire to be the object of desire, and if their partner is trapped, their passion dissipates. Evolutionary reasons may also shed some light on why women's desire fades quicker than men. Anthropologists found that female monkeys evolved to engage in non-monogamous relationships as a way of preventing male langur monkeys from killing their young ones. Monogamy could be an unnatural choice for female animals, and researchers wonder if it's the same for human women. The evolution of women's sexuality. From Freud's theories to the G-spot debate, this summary explores the evolution of women's sexuality. Throughout the 20th century, women's bodies and sexuality were the subject of various discussions and studies. For a long time, Freud's theories dominated the conversation, with his comparison of female clitoral stimulation to pine shavings and vaginal stimulation to a hardwood fire. He claimed that women who focused solely on clitoral stimulation had an immature approach to their sexuality. In the 1970s, feminists challenged Freud's theories, arguing that women's pleasure was solely dependent on the vagina, which repressed women socially, economically, and politically. They turned the clitoris into a weapon by which women could assert their independence from men. By the 1980s, the focus had shifted to the G-spot, which was believed to induce powerful orgasms. While it had been studied since the 1940s, its existence remains a mystery, and the scientific debate on whether it's a myth or a reality continues to this day. While researchers who doubted its existence found no difference when comparing identical twins, those who studied paraplegic women claimed to have isolated nerves that connected the G-spot to the brain. But some women are known to be able to orgasm without physical touch, through the power of their own thoughts. This begs the question of whether this ability involves the G-spot or if it proves that the brain is a sexual organ as powerful as any other. In conclusion, the evolution of women's sexuality has come a long way from Freud's theories to the G-spot debate. It shows that women's pleasure is equally important and should not be repressed socially, economically, or politically. Decoding seduction patterns. Dating events provide a fascinating glimpse into the world of seduction patterns. One such event is speed dating, which emerged in Los Angeles during the 1990s. The concept is simple: a large room with men and women sitting at tables, engaging in 4-minute conversations. At the end of the night, participants submit their verdicts, and those who match are put in contact with each other. Evolutionary psychology studies have found that women are more selective than men, indicating their evolved preference for choosing their mate carefully. However, a recent approach to speed dating revealed that women became just as desirous as men when they moved from table to table, debunking earlier theories. The mystery around the sexual desires of women still lingers, leaving much yet to be discovered.
Daniel Bergner's book provides an expansive look into the world of female desire, from historical misconceptions to modern scientific research. As we aim to dispel stereotypes and assumptions about women's sexuality, it's crucial to acknowledge the diverse and intricate nature of female desire. The existing research highlights that women's sexual experiences can be vastly different from societal expectations, and offers a fresh perspective on understanding the power and range of their desires. To fully appreciate the intricacies of women's sexuality, further research and open dialogue are needed, promoting an environment where women's desires are acknowledged and celebrated.